What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we're going to be unboxing and installing our new composting toilet, and we're going to tell you why we switched brands, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are so excited to finally have our floors down so that we can install our new composting toilet.
We've had this toilet for a few months now, and it has been a highly anticipated addition to the camper. So we are excited, like Olivia said, but unlike our fiber stream where we used a Nature's Head, today we are talking about the Airhead and switching up brands.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to discuss why we wanted to try out the Airhead, what features appealed to us, and kind of things that we didn't like about the Nature's Head, and then further on down the road after we've used it for a while, we'll definitely come back with a comparison video to see if it lived up to our expectations.
Would you say it would be a head-to-head comparison?
Definitely.
Alright, let's unbox it a little bit so we can see what we're working with.
Alright, so when we first open it up, we have this piece here, which we learned from the Mortons. Seals off the solids reservoir if you're going to be storing your composting toilet for a while, and it stops the composting process. I guess it kind of seals off any air from getting in there.
Yeah, we'll link their video above where you can see where they prepared their fifth wheel.
Yeah, they recently switched to a composting toilet from a standard RV toilet. So they've had a little bit more time to get used to their Airhead. They've said good things so far, so we thought we would give it a try too. All right. I'm going to need some help getting this part out.
You want me to lift this out?
Yeah, we might have to put it on the floor.
Yeah, here, let's... Oh, actually, it's going to be piece by piece.
Okay, so this is the top unit. As you can tell, what I love is that it has a real toilet seat. This is something I've been very excited about because even though we've enjoyed our Nature's Head, it is not the most comfortable thing in the world to me.
And it doesn't feel as natural as a residential toilet that we grew up using. So every time we've used one of our friends' Airheads, that's been a big selling point.
Okay.
You got it?
So now we're getting to the base, and so one thing that we've noticed is that the base is a bit smaller than the Nature's Head, so I assume that means we might have to change it more frequently, but it's one of those trade-offs, I think.
But it does look like it has a more substantial handle.
Yeah, the agitator looks much more intense in this one. The one we have in our Nature's Head is just like kind of an S shape, I guess. And this one is a lot more intense, so hopefully it mixes things more properly. And
possibly easier to carry outside with these two handles.
Yeah, definitely. I like that it has the handles on the side.
Alright, what do we got next? Probably the urine reservoir?
Yes. So this was another feature that appealed to us, is that you can remove this from the base without lifting up the top part of the unit. So you can have everything completely assembled, and this kind of hinges forward from what I understand, and you can pull it out much more easily, so it makes emptying it a breeze.
And that is actually a big selling point, because while the composting will last us easily in heavy usage 2 weeks, we're emptying the urine reservoir every 3 days, all the time. And
it's not really convenient because if you just use the toilet, say like you had to urinate and then you needed to empty the bottle, you realize afterwards when you lift that top part of the unit up, it can drip into the back part and mix them, and that's not really something that you want to happen.
That's in the Nature's Head, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I like, and you don't have to look at your compost every time you remove the urine bottle too. So that's another benefit that we're looking forward to.
So I think all we have left now is the piping to ventilate.
Like the venting stuff. So they even sent us like a little starter cocoa core brick. That's cool. That's the medium you hydrate to put into the solids tank.
And
it's the fan
Interesting.
In the head already.
Oh, yes.
It's inside.
So one of the big parts
bowl.
about the composting toilet to make it work is that you have to have the air flowing. You can't let it be still. So that's kind of what this ventilation is for.
Yeah, that'll keep the compost from staying too wet or too moist. And so there is a pretty substantial size fan. This is a lot bigger than the one that's on the Nature's Head. So hopefully...
I hope we have... I don't remember us putting a wire to that, so we're going to have to tap into one of those other wires, but it should be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't see why it would be an issue. Just make sure we don't electrocute ourselves.
Yeah, so we've got all the pieces and parts ready to go. I say let's start installing it.
Yeah, let's first set it into place and see how it fits.
Okay.
All right, we'll take you back there.
So it looks like the installation is going to be pretty easy, very similar to the Nature's Head. It just screws to the floor through these brackets right here. So we'll just make some little marks about where these are to drill our pilot holes, get that screwed in, and then vent our fan out and tie it into the 12-volt power back here. So instead of doing a step-by-step or how-to, because you know that's not our style, we like to figure things out as we go, we're going to do a time-lapse of this whole process, and we'll put a link to the detailed instructions of how to do this because it's pretty easy, and the Mortons have a great video of their installation as well.
All right, so in all honesty, the installation took a little bit longer, I think, but for good measure.
Yeah, and it was purely because of how we were venting it. We weren't venting it to the outside, like directly to like a hole on the outside. We were plumbing it into like the burp pipe for our gray tank.
But also with this installation, it seemed like there were a lot more gaskets and a lot more solid connections.
There were a lot more vents and screens,
Yeah.
which I did appreciate because on our Nature's Head, I've had to replace the fan multiple times because somehow these tiny itty bitty little gnats have gotten in through the hose, through the screen, and damaged the fan, and the fan stops working, and it's really frustrating, and bugs are getting in the toilet. So this one had a screen at the unit and an inline screen that you can take out and replace and clean, which is going to be a huge help, I think, in the future.
We've gone through at least 6 fans with our Nature's Head in the span of like 3.5 years.
So the Airhead is just a smaller unit in general. That's why another reason why we chose this one, because the space we had to fit our toilet was very tiny. It's just enough room to have a little bit of elbow room. It works perfectly in the space that we had.
Yeah. So overall, we have to say we liked the Nature's Head. It did treat us well over those years.
Definitely.
It wasn't that we were upset with the Nature's Head.
No.
But in this opportunity to switch, we definitely didn't have enough ties to that toilet to make us want to use that one again.
Yeah, we really just wanted to be able to do a comparison of the two as well, because we get questions all the time about our recommendation. We only have personal experience with day-to-day life with the Nature's Head, and it was a good experience overall. We've used the Airhead at our friends maybe once or twice, and I really did enjoy that. It felt a little bit more like a real toilet.
So we look forward to telling you in months ahead how we liked this one in comparison, but the benefits that we saw in the switchover definitely have us excited about going forward with it.
Yes, there were just a few design features that we really appreciated and thought would make it much more convenient to use. So we'll see if that holds true over time. We will definitely let you know and do a head-to-head comparison. So y'all stay tuned for that as well. So the only thing we didn't get around to doing today is actually wiring up the fan, but we have very easy access in our closet of some 12-volt wiring that actually didn't get used. We ran it there for another purpose and ended up not needing it, so we just kind of capped those off, so they're gonna come in handy. But we are done with this project today. We have another project to work on still, and that'll be really easy to just connect those later on.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you like videos about composting toilets, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye guys.